Hello, thanks for tuning in. This is Katya at Herb and Wellness, and I'm going to talk about my April tea of the month, which is tummy tea today. So I just want to go through the herbs that I put in here. Tummy tea is meant to be a soothing, anti-inflammatory, acid balancing, antimicrobial tea that's generally good for any upset of the intestinal tract or the stomach. So I kind of designed it because a lot of people come in like after food poisoning or a flu and their stomach's just not really feeling very good, or they just, had a meal that left them feeling really full. It's also just an enjoyable tasting tea, so it can be really drunk anytime if you love herbal teas like I do. So the first ingredient is cinnamon. Cinnamon is great because it's not just a spice, it's also has some astringent properties, so it's drying if there's diarrhea involved, but it's also blood sugar balancing, has some antispasmodic properties, so if there's like any gripping or cramping or gas and bloating, cinnamon can be really helpful. Plus it's a little warming, which is nice if you've just had some stomach upset. Anise. Anise is the herb that a lot of people associate with licorice, the licorice scent or smell. I open it as if you can smell it. And it is a great antispasmodic, and like fennel, which I'll talk about next, it dispels gas and bloating, so it's really good for general bloating, discomfort in the stomach. So I put anise in there. Fennel is its cousin, as you can see. It's like a bigger seed that's very similar to anise, and they're in the same family. And fennel is the seed you'll see after in Indian restaurants to chew on after a meal. And so it's a great digestive. It helps with dispel gas and bloating again because it has high in essential oils and has a local antispasmodic effect on the intestinal muscle. So it helps with that bloating feeling. I put in orange peel from your oranges that you would just peel and chop up. It's really high in volatile oils as well, so it helps as an antispasmodic, so for cramping, gripping, bloating, but it also has a little bit of a bitter property, and bitter stimulates all the digestive juices, so saliva and bile, and it can help get things moving in the intestinal tract. The next one I put in there was Meadowsweet. Meadowsweet is really particular for hyperacidic conditions in the upper GI. It's also anti-inflammatory, so it's really good for someone who has gastric reflux or just feels a little like a little sore in their stomach, or things just aren't moving through as well. So Meadowsweet is a really great herb, and interestingly enough, it contains some salicylates, which are the compound that they use in aspirin, the salicylic acid, so it does have some pain relieving properties as well. I put in yarrow. Yarrow is probably considered a panacea herb in herbal medicine. It has a lot of different properties, but in this case, it's anti-inflammatory. It has some bitter properties, and it's antimicrobial. So if there are any microbes left in your GI system after something like food poisoning or even the flu or some bacterial indigestion, if you were just returning from some trip to Mexico or something like that, this might be a good tea to drink. Yarrow really helps dispel parasites and bacteria, or it can. I put in marshmallow root. Marshmallow root, everyone goes, marshmallow root, oh, it must be sweet and taste good. It's not really sweet, but it is when you soak it in cold water in particular, it gets really gelatinous, and you can whip that into kind of a froth, which was the original marshmallow, they think. But it's really coating and really soothing and cooling. So it's great also for hyperacidic conditions, and it just soothes and coats the whole intestinal tract and the throat as well. So it's a really great herb to have in some sort of stomach upset formula. Ginger, everybody knows ginger probably is the anti-nausea, just calming the stomach in general herb. It's really warming, increased circulation. Also helps with bloating and feelings of fullness. So ginger's in there for that. And finally, our friend peppermint. Everybody knows peppermint, and everyone should love peppermint if you ask me, but peppermint is a really great digestive in general, and kind of brings this blend together. It has antispasmodic properties, helps with gas and bloating, promotes digestion, is just generally calming to the digestive tract. So there you go. That's our tummy tea. Thank you so much.